Good morning. I'm Mike Reed with your operational update for July 29th, and it's Monday. Hey, you might notice if you're in the area, there's tons of smoke. So we do have some cloud cover over us, and what that cloud cover has done is kind of put a lid on things, and it's holding some of the smoke in here. We do anticipate it's going to be here most of the day, unfortunately. But it does help to moderate fire behavior, so that's a good positive with it. So taking you around up in Branch 8, Tire Mountain Fire, we still have resources on that, and they're still continuing to secure and mop up on the edge and make that as bulletproof as possible. So we really increase our chances for that to come out. McKinley Creek Fire, yesterday, if you remember, I talked about the slop over that we had on the south end, and then we had a spot. So we did shift some resources down there. We were able to get control, get line around those, and they are currently mopping them up. We're hoping that after today, we'll be able to take some of those resources and move them back around to chalk to help with the effort on securing that. On chalk fire, Kilo did complete their firing operation and have this tied all the way back into the 19 road. It was very successful. We are waiting for these islands in the center to continue consuming and get those closed up, but they are already mopping up the edge, and it's looking really well. On the chalk fire, it's just this lower edge is where we're showing containment 7%. Alpha has started prepping line, or it's complete, has prepped line after the division break, and has also plumbed it with the hose lay. And we're anticipating that possibly by Wednesday, we could start very slowly taking fire out. All the firing operations we've been doing, we've been working them really slow. Time is on our side. Nothing's been forcing us. So we're really taking it slow to ensure that everything stays on our basis. And then moving up into Tango, so they do have this prepped up as well. They continue to do some prep on this far end. And once Alpha fires out, we'll turn the corner and just try to bring this in and tie it right back in with Kilo. With the chalk fire and McKinley and Tire Mountain, I mean, that's the most exposure that Oakridge is seeing. So by really getting the south end buttoned up, it's much better for everybody. Moving down into Branch 12, I'll start with the wilderness fires, 217 and 208. So the 208 fire is unstaffed at this time, but we continue to really keep eyes on it and make sure. We have really not seen very significant growth out of it. It is hung up and not wanting to move. The 217 is the fire that the jumpers are on. Their numbers have reduced. We started pulling some of them off to be able to be available for some other fires, but we do have 6 jumpers remaining on that, and they continue to mop up that edge, and they have that hose lay in place, so they have water up there to help them with the mop up. So moving back over here, so with Moss Mountain's kind of parked. It's not wanting to move too much. It really hasn't shown some growth. We are looking out here. So, we've been looking at lines out here, but, we continue to explore and look for opportunities to tighten that box up. And as we get time in there and become more familiar with the area, we're finding some of those options. So we are prepping some roads, both north and south, and tying it into the corner here. So we're not rushed on this. We do anticipate in the future possibly doing some burning, but again, it's really not moving and it's not forcing our hand. And then lastly with Coffee Pot. So Papa, if you remember, had a bunch of spots over the line yesterday, and we really consumed some acreage down on the bottom. The nice thing is it really didn't cross over our line. Some of the spots were over, but we were able to jump on them with resources pretty quick and get all those contained. So Papa today is taking fire down the 2120 road and hoping to tie all the way into the 20 road and get this whole corner really locked in well. So everything is going well there, so he's going to continue with that strategic firing as time allows. And lastly, Romeo is also putting some prep on some line down here. We are scouting out some options for cutting this off right in here. We'll see how that pans out. We need to really look to make sure it's viable, that we have a good probability of success. It's it's a road where we can hold fire. And this fire in general, Coffee Pot, has really wanted, with the northwesterlies, it's really been wanting to move to the south. We're getting a little funneling down the lake. So most of its movement has been to the south. That's your update, July 29th.